This is an old dry creek bed. It's been around since the receding of the glaciers, and the whole bottom of it is boulders, broken rock, covered with a layer of some forest loam and pine needles and pine cones. Up at the head of it, there's a real steep trail that goes out of it before it climbs a rock face, or a rock rubble face, I should say. And that's what we're going to seek to do now. I've been up to where you have to climb out of it up there on a bike, but I haven't taken a bike out of it. It's pretty steep. So we'll try it, use it for a hunting trial situation where you're in rough country and you're going up into where the animals are. So there's a game trail, you can see it right over there, and it goes up it. So we're going to try to adhere to that game trail as much as we can. Anyway, we'll have a go here. Now that's what we got to go up there. There's two ways of going, well, three. First way is between those rocks and up that way. The second way is between those rocks or from right here and to the right of that tree. You could probably go to the left of the tree the same way you could this way, but I don't know, that's the steepest way. The other way is there's a gradual little incline here, but it's all rock. And it goes up there around this boulder, between this boulder and the next one, and then it cuts over between those trees and goes up. So I don't know which one I want to take. I think probably I'm going to take the upper one today and see how it works out. Then I'll come down that one coming back and see how it is, because like I say, we haven't tried it yet on the bike, so we'll see how it goes. I think the next time I'll just take the straight up deal, because that rock shelf is kind of a bear. Anyway, you got a little kind of a hidden valley in here. And when we moved up here, we lived right here in our teepee while I was building the cabin back here. And it's nice. It's quiet in here. You get up on top of here, you can look right down to the valley there and whatnot. Anyway, this is how steep this country is. Down on the other end of this ridge, there's an old game trail that goes up there, and it goes all the way along the top up there. There's an old Indian camp back up on top in there. And it sits about 1,000 feet higher than where we just left. It's pretty neat. Let's go over there and see what that trail looks like. Now, let's see, that game trail's actually over there further. I think we'll go up the other way. You can see how deep some of this stuff is. That's how high we came up. That piece of land over there is about the same level we left from. These little valleys in the wintertime get pretty well filled with game. It's a good place to live. When we moved up here, there wasn't anybody up here. Now they're all over the place. We came up 21 years ago. I built that cabin with a chainsaw. It works well. This slab rock up here, it's a cap rock, is what it is. About 500 feet there. See if I can connoiter where I am here. The trail's been pretty well overgrown. Now, let's see. We'll go down through here, I think. There it is. I knew it was up there by that big boulder someplace. A lot of country up in here. As far as I know, this is the first time a motorcycle's ever been up here. Be kind of careful up here because we've been known to have quite a few rattlesnakes. Now there was a split back there on that trail that'll take you up the upper trail. You can see what I mean about this view and the countryside. This place is beautiful up here. I just love it. Anyway, let me go back and see if I can find that other trail. It's got to be around there someplace. It takes off just after we went over that boulder someplace down there. Turn around here. Up on top of this ledge here. When you're alone, not a real good idea to take one of these trails unless you know exactly where it goes. Because it can lead you out on the end of something that was a bastard to get to and there ain't no way down. Unless you want to try to go down off the face of a cliff or something. Anyway. Where that thing is. Get down here, get a better look at it. Down here to the shade here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that funny sound is silence when I'm not talking. Nice place. You almost want to whisper being here. I'm going to take a walk up through the bunch grass and greasewood and see if we can get a little better look at things here. Yeah, that's the right way we came. We come up here and then that split boulder should be over here someplace. I think, unless I'm sorely mistaken, and you're walking this on foot. God, it's been probably 3 years since the last time I was up here on foot. But it seems to me that there should be an upper trail that's closer to the bottom of this hill, and it goes over there. I think it cuts in front of that tree between there and that cap rock face, but I'm not sure, and there's no place to turn around if you screw up, you know. We go up there and take a look. These are coyote berries. The reason they call them that is because coyotes and dogs eat the berries off of them. They start when they first start getting ripe, and they don't quit eating them until they're gone. And I don't know why. I don't think they're fit to eat. But, you know, and we eat a thing called Juneberries, which is nothing more than a sarvice berry. Yeah, I think you go up there between those boulders up ahead. I think I'll leave that for the next trip after I get the trail reconnoitered, because I don't know how much this camera can take in one session. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's just a little Kodak Easy Share, and it's kind of misnamed. I just soon call it the Easy Scare because it always surprises you. You never know what it's going to do, whether it's going to take a good picture or not. Yeah, this is the old trail here, see? See, but you come up on the cap rock. We were down underneath it there. And it goes underneath the lower branches of this big pine. And I have to stay low on it. That's going to be a bastard for traction. I'll bet I can. I can probably take the second deal here and avoid all of this. I think it's pretty gradual going up that other side. We come down here. Yeah, we come along in here, and instead of going around that way, go up on the rock here. Just come right up on the rock and rejoin that trail up above up there. Come in here like this. Take off before you get into too much rubble. And just angle up on the top of this rock. You should come out on that trail again right up here. And that thing just kind of skirts just off the top of this ridge line. And I used to think it was so they could stay out of sight from anything on the other side, but it isn't. They take it that way because it, like you see the wind right now, well, in the wintertime it's coming out of the north from up here, and so they get down on this side of the hill and they're not losing their body heat so quick, because it gets down to 40 below up here. It gets pretty cold. Anyway, yeah, we just stay right along this thing like that, right on top of this major cap rock, and that should bring us out right in the top of this little saddle up here. This is probably the easiest go here. You could go that way, but you're working pretty hard. And you're getting higher too. You're up almost 4,000 feet now, so you're going to do a little popping and starving if you're not jetted just right. Yeah, this ain't right. Let's go see what the upper part of it looks like if we take that. Well, if you used to take off before you got to the pole, follow this line here. That'll put you right up into the little saddle, and it's not too bad. See, and then from here you can ride any part of that saddle to get up on top, but we're just going to skim along that edge there over towards that dead snag you see, and we'll stay to that side of that snag, and that little Indian camp is just on the other side of it. But this valley here runs about 40 miles that direction and ends up at the boundary of the Colville Indian Reservation. There's another valley that comes down from here and they join, and that's the Bonaparte Creek Valley here, and that's the Anius Creek Valley, and then Bonaparte comes out of Bonaparte Lake, which is up here, and that's the top of our mountain up there. That's pretty high up in there. Anyway, this is the top of this little ridge line here on our property. It's about 4,000 feet, so it gives a pretty good ride. You start at 3,000, you gain about 1,000 feet. Yeah, see the neighbor's trailer, and none of that stuff was here. That old RV over there, that wasn't here. None of this stuff out in here was here. I got a nice 4-point off the back side of that bluff up there. That's Barker Mountain. It's nice country. We're looking southeast or southwest right now. That's west. Northwest, north. Northeast, east, southeast. Anyway, just for general information, when you see the rest of the videos, now you'll know where you are. Anyway, let's see if we can get this bike back down that menagerie of rocks and brush and little trails. See how we do. I left the bike over in that little copse of trees right there. See? Summertime, it gets hot up here. It'll get up into the double digits pretty quick. This year it was in the double digits from just the end of June on through the latter part of August, and then when we turned the corner on September, the temperature dropped out of sight, and heck, we were down to below 30 last night at the cabin. They were at 29 in town, which is kind of hard to figure, but I guess, you know, the cold air can get trapped down there in those valleys. A lot of times in the wintertime we'll be 20, 30 degrees warmer than they are down there, but once we get the norther that comes in, then they don't get near as cold as we do. But it's great because you know exactly when summer comes, you know exactly when winter comes, you know exactly when it's spring and exactly when it's fall, and that's kind of neat. Got a lot of relatives that live on the coast, and they couldn't tell you unless they had their calendar in front of them and their watch on their wrist. It's too bad. They miss a lot. I think I'm nuts for living over here. Yeah, we got our garden and everything, and a lot of wild vegetation that's quite edible, and motorcycles to fix and work on, and model airplanes to fly. And we just got a lot of important stuff to do, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see if we can find a way down off this thing now. Yeah, usually that trail looks like a highway, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's because there's so many people now or what, but it's not traveled nearly as heavily as it was. You can see some traffic on it, but it's not near what it was. We got black pine like that thing there. We got ponderosa like that thing there, and some of the bigger ones you see around here. That's a ponderosa over there. Those two splits right up there, those big ones, those are ponderosa. You can't burn that ponderosa in your stove because it's full of pitch. You never keep your chimney clean. So you burn black pine, larch, which is it's a higher tree. It goes up in higher elevations. And you burn fir. And the black pine is fine. Jack pine, yellow pine, it's all fine. Let's see. yourself, huh? That's us right there. Neat place. Pretty place. Go down just about anywhere over here now, but some places are better than others. Some have less rocks than others. Like here has a lot of rocks. The cap rock will just come up out of nowhere. What do we got here, folks? My flame went out. What's it mean when your flame goes out? It means you're kind of a dope, doesn't it? New boots. I can't feel my shifter at all. What do we got here? Oh, some bright soul didn't turn on his petcock. Come on, babe. Come all the way down that hill without the gas on. Second time I've done that. I think a guy would learn. Lots of rocks. You gotta watch, some of this pucker brush will stick in there and derail your chain if you're not real careful. For the first time through that stuff, I think it did pretty well. You can see how steep this sucker is. Really got to keep on. this is where you do need the knob. But you get right on those rocks, it's pretty hard to get them up the hill on that knob. Pretty good little trials flag, actually. Not bad. Now you're back down at the main level here. Anyway, thanks for watching this crazy old coot.